unemployment not far from 10%, hourly earnings falling last month, home prices still under pressure. But here's an interesting bright spot. Retail sales, they've been soaring. Where is the money coming from? Mike McKee is here to tell us exactly that. Mike.
From your paycheck, did you file your return yet?
I was early.
You were early. You're probably one of the many people who are getting bucket loads of money back from the IRS. This year's average tax refund is 10% larger than last year's and just under $3,000. There's also a lot of returns going out. So far, the IRS has processed almost 90 million. 74 million of those qualify for a refund. Here's the really interesting part. The number of tax forms 2.5% lower than in the same week a year ago. And once you get all of them in, Doug Lee of Economics from Washington estimating as much as $350 billion in refunds will go out. That's $75 billion more than last year pumped into the economy.
Wow, not too shabby. And if people are doing this electronically, that speeds up the game, I guess, a little bit?
We're getting our money faster because we are filing electronically. More than 2/3 of us file electronically now, and more than half get their refunds direct deposited. That puts cash in people's pockets immediately. You can guess what they're doing with the money.
And we've been talking a lot about stimulus. We're moving away from stimulus, but if you think of stimulus last year helping out this tax return story as well.
Didn't quite, though. In a way, more than 110 million Americans qualified for the tax break, making work pay tax credit. Saves you $400 if you're an individual, $800 if you're a couple, but that doesn't explain the rise in refunds because most people got that money from lower withholding in their checks as they went last year.
And obviously hoping it'll carry out into next year as well.
It's funny you should mention that because the amount of taxes withheld from paychecks in March soared. You see in December usually that happened because you have a lot of temporary Christmas workers, but nothing like that in March seems to suggest there may be more people working than we know about.